What's up, guys? So in today's video I'm gonna do a Valentine's Day date night, ladies night out, more glam smoky eye with the glitter half cut crease. Yeah. I still get really nervous when I'm talking to you guys, but I had an idea for a video, and it actually was going to be about, I'd say 2 or 3 videos, either one long video or 2 or 3 separate videos on one look. And a really good friend of mine was like, hey, Valentine's Day is coming up, why don't you do something like that? So I started going through my makeup and through my palettes and seeing, what kind of stuff can I create that everybody's gonna love, people want to do for Valentine's Day. And this is what we came up with. Excuse right there, that was mascara that I tried to get off. But if you like this look and you want to see more on this look and learn how to do it, then stay tuned. Subscribe to my channel if you would, please. I would appreciate it. I have all of my stuff linked down below. My Instagram, my Snapchat, and my Twitter. So reach out to me on anything you'd like to see. Any questions, comments, leave them below. I get back to everybody. So if you want to see how I did this look, then stay tuned. Alright guys, so for this look we're going to do the Morphe 3502 palette. And I'm going to take this first one right here on a scone blending fluffy brush. Just get a little bit. And then I'm going to take it right up here, drag it out. Next I'm going to take a Morphe M441 and we're going to jump into this bright red shade in this palette very lightly, like very lightly, and then go right underneath it, kind of pulling it out as well. I'm going to go back into that first color on that fluffy brush and buff it out a little bit. You want to have that same kind of gradient of the warm color into that red. And since I did this eye apparently a little bit heavy-handed, I've got to fix that. Okay, so next I'm gonna try this brush. I'm not exactly sure, but it's just kind of looks like a packing brush. And I'm gonna go in very, very lightly into the black on this palette. And go right underneath that. Kind of carve that out. But I'm also going to pack it right here and give it kind of that smoky edge right here on the end. And like I said, it's okay if you get it on the lid, because I don't really think I like this brush, because we are going to carve that out. This. Oh, I do not like this brush. Trying to give it a fair shot. I don't like it. It is applying this shadow extremely patchy. So I'm going to go in with an M441 and just kind of buff that out, because it kind of made it really patchy, and I don't know if it's just because I've never used it for that. I've always used it to kind of pack on shadows, but I don't like it for this. It gives it a clean line, but maybe not with a black. Maybe that's why I don't like it with this. Kind of buff that black out. Give it that nice and smoky look, but be able to tie it back in together. I'm going to go in with a M443 from Morphe, pick up some more of that black, and just pack it to give it that intense black look, since I had to kind of buff it. It wasn't as dark and intense as I was wanting it to be over there. I don't know. I do not like that brush. Let's just put it that way. Giving me a lot of things I have to go back over. I'm going to go back in with this brush just because it does still have kind of the red on it. And I use the brush, the red on one side, if you can tell. It's a little bit more on one side. So I will put where it's more white on the bottom, just so it'll pick up some of that black, but also blends in the black and the red. Just like that, without having to actually grab more of the red, because there is still some on there. It's just going to take a little bit longer on this side because I messed this side up a lot. Let's see. Kind of blend that a little. And this is just with that very first blending brush. And if you want to, you can pick up some of the brown. Right now I'm just kind of windshield wiper motioning to blend it out and give it this look right here, which it looks kind of patchy, but remember we are going to carve this out down here. So give me just 1 second and I will get everything ready and we'll get that going. Alright guys, I'm going to use my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and I'm just going to put a little bit of it on my hand, like that. And it doesn't take much. And then I have a flat, it's a Morphe M224 flat concealer brush. And just get some of it on there. And you don't need a lot. If you use a lot, then you have to set it, which I set mine anyways, but a lot of people don't. And we're just going to carve this out. See? And you just carve out both sides. Simple. Now, how I do mine is I do go in, I'm going to use just this Morphe M441 and a little bit of Coty airspun, because we're not going to put a shadow there, and I just pack it on there just to kind of set the concealer so it doesn't pick up the other colors, which I have hooded eyes, so I have to kind of do that because it will pick up the red and it will pick up the black if my eyes water or I accidentally rub my eyes or anything like that. Like right there, it picked up color on this side and it's not as bright as this one. And it's just does that all the time for me. Okay, so I'm going to go back in with my M433 with that black. And I already still have some on there. I'm actually not even going to dip in. And I'm just going to pack it and kind of give this more of a airbrushed kind of finish. I'm not going to go back over the top much because I'm going to go ahead and use a glitter liner for that. But just to kind of buff that to where it's not so much of a harsh line like this. It just kind of buffs it in. You just kind of drag the black in like that, and it'll just kind of buff it out a little bit. And I'll do that with both eyes. Drag it out, and then drag it in. That's just a tip I've kind of figured out, because that concealer doesn't always set quickly, and then that way it kind of blends it a little bit easier to where the concealer will move outwards, and then it kind of goes from the white gray into a black. So it's just easier. It seems like a more simple way for me to do it. Next, now that everything is set, I'm going to take, well, you can't really see it because of the lights, but it's the Urban Decay Heavy Metals in Midnight Cowboy, and we are going to kind of glitter cut crease this right here. Let's see. Just like that. I don't know why my camera is doing that. You just want to go from the inner corner right over where it's the lighter color, and you can honestly use any color. This is just a gold. If you were doing a more natural or more, say a more nude instead of red, you could do any of their colors, whichever one you want to pop. Honestly, the gold just seemed like the prettiest one for this look. But they also have an iridescent one called Pyro, and it's gorgeous. Thanks to my hooded eyes, I got some on the other corner, so I'm going to take just a clean brush, kind of get that off there. It gives you that kind of little more glam, smoky eye. So, done with that. Now on the bottom lash line, I've already done everything but my blush and my highlighter and my lips. So you can take, how I'm gonna do it is, you want the same color pattern kind of. Maybe not so much the black unless you like to line your eyes really dark. I don't use a lot of eyeliner in my waterline, but a black eyeliner would look really good. So I'm going to take, let's see, an M433, and I'm going to get this first color that we had, just kind of get it, dust it off, and then we're going to drag it underneath, which I know it's not very dark, but we'll get the red in there in just a second. I just want to kind of base coat, just like that. And then because I want the red to kind of stand out, I'm going to use this Morphe M432, and it's just a light flat tip liner brush, and that's what I'm going to put the red with, and then buff it out with that same first color. So I want the red to kind of go on very intense all the way across. If you don't buff it, it's going to look crazy. I really think that if I did my videos and instead of just kind of sitting here in silence while I'm trying to do both eyes, if I just did one eye, that may be a little more simple. I'm going to take that same brush that I just used a second ago and grab that first color again in the palette and kind of buff this out. But if I feel like if I just did one eye, maybe there wouldn't be so much downtime or so much editing, and I could just do, oh, here's one eye, let me do the other eye off camera. It might be a little bit simpler versus you guys just kind of sitting here like, okay, I've got this step done, dude. Like, it's really not that hard of an eye look to achieve, guys. And then that way you guys aren't just like, oh, okay, she almost done? Because I feel like that's what I would do if I was watching a video and somebody was as slow as I am when it comes to trying to do both eyes. Just me, I guess. I don't know. So I think that the bottom lash line with the red looks a little crazy, but I like it. I can't really get this side to blend out as good. Simple, glam, enough. So, one second. Okay, I'm back. So I couldn't find a good crayon eyeliner. I'm not exactly sure where my good one went because I don't use it very often, so I don't know where. But this one I think is the Scandalize by Rimmel. I've had for like ever. So we're just going to pop this into the waterline, like right at the lash line. And then go in with another kind of buff brush when that's clean, like this, and kind of buff it out. Because it is right on the lash line, you can buff it down to kind of blend it in with that red. Or you can, if you don't use eyeliner like this, I just know a lot of people have it kind of on hand and use it a lot more often than I do. A lot of people do. If you have a black, obviously, if you have a black eyeshadow that you like, and instead of doing the red, you could do the black and just try not to do it as intense as I did the red, so that it's a little bit easier to blend out versus trying to blend out a crayon, because it does make it a lot smokier, makes it a lot darker, but it does look, I mean, it looks pretty regardless which way you do it. Either way, it looks really good. So, that being said, give me 1 second and I'm going to pop on some mascara and a lippy, and then I'll be right back. Guys, I'm back. Lips done. Eyelashes done. You could also totally do a wing with this. Anything that you decided you want more eyeliner, you want more glitter, go for it. This is just a simple way. If you don't want to cut the crease and you just want to make it full smoky with just the reds and the browns, totally simple. This is just a little bit more of a kind of Valentine's Day date night. I don't know, if you're single on Valentine's Day and you just kind of want to party and you want to look extra fine, then go for it. I don't know why I just used extra fine. That's the stupidest thing I've ever said. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and highlight the brow bone in the inner corner real fast, and I just wanted to get my mascara. That's just something I do. I don't know why. So I'm going to take this gold right here on just a really, really small kind of, I think it's more of a smudge brush, but I think it works. And then just get it on one side. Be sure and tap it off. And we'll just highlight the brow bone. You can't really see it, but it looks really pretty. You can't really tell on camera, but it looks really pretty. There we go, you can see it a little better over there. And then just go down that brow bone. And then I'll take a little bit more and do the inner corner. It's a nice bright gold, kind of to go with that gold glitter. And if you wanted to, you could use that gold glitter on the inside right here and just kind of carry that down if you wanted to, and maybe point it off if you do a wing on that side. And that would look gorgeous as well. But that's going to be the end of this video, guys. So definitely like my video, comment, subscribe. That would be awesome and appreciated. If you haven't seen my other 2 videos, then you know that I also really, really hate false eyelashes. So I don't wear them. But they would look really gorgeous with this look, because if you do a wing, you could easily hide the band. Just a thought. If you want to see more videos like this of tutorials and little glam things that you maybe for a night out, anything like that, or an everyday makeup look, just leave it in the comments below. And definitely love your feedback and would love to hear what you have to say. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time. Mwah.